your desire will come to pass. God sees them, and when the time is right, He will bring them to pass.
Welcome to Mimi's Musings, a place where inspiration flourishes and positivity blossoms.
Hello, amazing people! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mimi Ikomi. If this is your first time here on this channel, I humbly welcome you. Thank you for choosing to click on this video, and I trust that by the time you're done watching this, you would also go back to binge watch the previous videos. Yes, there are other videos on this channel, wholesome videos that have been put out just for you, just to bless you, to transform your life, help you make better decisions, and improve the overall quality of your life. But that's on the condition that you apply the information or the knowledge you get from these videos, because knowledge without application is a waste of time. That's why there is that clause. Do well to go feast on them after you're done watching this video. Also, share with your family and friends. I am a huge believer in sharing information. Do not hoard valuable information. Anytime you find any information that is valuable, do well to share with your family and friends. Don't grow alone, grow with them. Also, like the videos, drop your comments, and most importantly, yes, this is really important, do well to subscribe and turn on the notification button so that anytime a new video drops, you will be notified immediately. Once again, I welcome you to my channel. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much. Thank you for riding with me. Thank you for doing this with me. Thank you for going on this journey with me. Thank you for always watching my videos, for liking them, for dropping your comments. I'm glad that they bless you, and I am super grateful to you that you view them. God bless you so much. How are you doing? I trust you're doing great. Of course, you know I'm going to ask. Yes, so I trust you're doing great. Please always remember to do life with God and well-meaning people. Life is a lot easier when you're doing it with God and well-meaning people, people who root for you, people who have your back. No man is an island. You need people and you need God. Don't do life alone. Do not do life alone. Let God lead you. Let God guide you. And also be surrounded by wise people. The Bible says that there is safety in the multitude of counselors. So when you have people around you that can give wise counsel, you are safe. You are safe. Please ensure you do life with God and well-meaning people. So today I'm going to be speaking on staying hopeful and patient. That's today's topic. Staying hopeful and patient. When I have my quiet time, I usually start with Thanksgiving. And one of the things I say is, thank you, Father, for the gift of life. Because after the gift of salvation, the gift of life is the next most important gift. And not too long ago, as I was saying it, it just really hit me. It hit me because I realized that hope and life are linked together. And so you hear sayings like, where there is life, there is hope. And the Bible also says that there is hope for the living. For better a living dog than a dead lion. Hope is attached to living. And particularly what I was reflecting on that morning when it hit me was on the things that I had longed for that I now have. Times where I wanted something, times where I hoped for something, and I thought it was going to happen at that point, but it never happened. But later on, just staying hopeful and patient, still wanting that thing, it happened. In fact, most times it happened when I least expected it to happen. And so it dawned on me that as long as you are alive, things will get better. Things will change. The things that you want, you will eventually get them. And that's why you should stay hopeful and patient. The reason people become hopeless and impatient is because they think that things will never change. They just think, oh, this situation will never change. Oh, I will never get out of this. Things will never improve. Things will never get better. And when anybody gets to a place of hopelessness and impatience, it pushes them to do things that they aren't supposed to do. Things that might eventually get them what they want, but push them out of destiny, or may not even get them what they want at all and still push them out of destiny. It's very important to stay hopeful and be patient. That which you want, you will get it. You will get it. And while you stay hopeful and patient, you should embrace contentment and gratitude, because those are the two keys to staying hopeful and patient. Contentment and gratitude. Contentment with what you have and where you are, and also making the best use of what you have. And gratitude is also thanking God, being thankful for what you have, for where you have. What made me decide to talk about this topic when I was reflecting was that I remembered that one time I wanted a freezer. I had a fridge, a small fridge that had a small freezer, but I wanted a freezer because I prefer to cook in large quantities so that I'm not always cooking, because I think it's less stressful when you cook in large quantities. It's time efficient, as it reduces the time, the energy, and even the funds that you spend when you cook in bulk, you cook in large quantities. But then I had just this fridge that had just this little freezer in it. And so it could not store so much food, and also could not keep for long when power goes off. So the period between when power goes off and is restored here, it defrosts fast. And so I'm still down to the same thing of not wanting to heat up food that I'm not ready to eat, because that's the disadvantage of not having a freezer. When you cook, you get to heat up the food even when you don't need it, or when you are not ready to eat it, just so that it does not go bad. And so I wanted this freezer. But what did I do? I kept using what I had, and I was grateful for it, because at least with the fridge, I could store my fruits, I could store eggs in large quantity for a while, because as long as the fridge is cold, the eggs will keep. I could store fresh tomatoes and pepper. I had that, and I was really grateful for it. But I still desired a freezer. And so I went out for about a week. I was not around, and by the time I came back, something I left in the fridge got bad. Because the socket was a bit faulty at that time, and that particular thing needed to be in a place that was cold. And so the power supply too most likely must have affected. When power supply went off, it must have affected it. I came back to meet it spoiled, and it was really painful because I really liked that thing. It was like, if only I had a freezer, I would have at least kept it in the freezer. And although it's better off in a fridge, but at least I would have just put it in the freezer and put it in such a way that it doesn't get frozen and all of that, and I am sure that it will keep. So I said that I wish I had a freezer, but I didn't go into complaining or grumbling or getting angry. In fact, I quickly put it out of my mind so that I don't feel bad about the thing that went bad. And it was my elder sister who got it for me, and I was reluctant to tell her because I did not want her to feel bad too. I said that, just said it that, oh, I wish I had a freezer. And exactly 1 week after, I got a freezer. And not only that, casually, I just mentioned to my sister that thing you gave me, oh, see what happened, it went bad and all of that. And my sister got me another one. In fact, she called me and said, you guess what? I was like, guess what am I guessing? Just tell me. And she said, that thing that got spoiled, that thing that you said got spoiled, that I bought for you, I've gotten another one for you. She got the exact same thing that got bad. And so when I was looking at the freezer and seeing now that I can cook in large quantities and all of that, it made me smile, because Once upon a time, I really desired it, but it didn't come. I didn't have the resources to get it, but now I have it. And so it dawned on me that as long as I'm alive, everything I'm reaching for, I will get it. As long as I'm alive, all I need to do is keep hope alive too and be patient. That I do not get impatient and start reaching for something that is outside of my reach. Because that's what happens when you get impatient. You start trying to reach out for that thing, but it's outside of your reach. It's not within your reach at that moment, at that season. When you do that, most times you get into trouble, because that was what happened with the Israelites. God had promised them a land flowing with milk and honey, and they were going through the wilderness. And suddenly they began to long for what was outside of God's provision for them, which was manna. They began to long for cucumber. They began to long for leek. They began to long for tomatoes. They began to long for meat. But the thing is, these things are not available in the wilderness. And that longing for those things that were outside of their reach put them in trouble. Never make the mistake of going out of God's provision for you. The beautiful thing that I love about God for every season is that, just like a song says, all that I've needed, your hands have provided. That all that you need for every season is always available. Your wants may not be available, but definitely your needs are available. That's how faithful God is. He will always make available your needs. It's okay to desire whatever you want to desire, but don't become impatient and try to reach out for it when it's not within your reach. Because the beautiful thing about seasons and times for things is that when it's the season and time for something, it always happens seamlessly. You won't have to sweat for it. In fact, the way it will come will not be something that you could plan out or something that you could fathom. But if you try to go out on your own and try to get it, you might get into doing things that would definitely put you into trouble. The Israelites were reaching out for things that were outside of God's provision for them. And that made them not get into the promised land, because they got into grumbling and complaining. And God does not like grumbling and complaining. God detests it. God does not like when we are disgruntled. He doesn't like us being disgruntled. He doesn't like us complaining. He doesn't like us murmuring. What he wants us at every point in time is to embrace thanksgiving. Be contented with what you have. In the season that you are, be contented. I'm saying this because we're in a generation now that everybody wants what they want now, and they do not mind the price they have to pay to get it. Meanwhile, there's a greater price they will pay for getting it how they got it. But they do not mind. They do not care. What you want, you will get it. You are alive. That's the most important thing. Just stay hopeful and patient. That job will come. That husband will come. That wife will come. That child will come. That money you want will come. That promotion will come. You are alive. Stay hopeful and be patient. And while you are at it, be contented. Make do with what you have. Make the best out of what you have. I have seen so many things come to fruition that were once desires. This channel, for example, as of November last year, 2022, I was ready to start my YouTube channel, but I didn't have the resources. I just kept giving thanks to God for making provision for them. And in June, I kicked off. Most important thing is that I was alive, and I am still alive. And because I am alive, I was able to start the YouTube channel. So that's it for today. Stay hopeful, but be patient, and embrace contentment and thanksgiving. Your desire will come to pass. God sees them, and when the time is right, He will bring them to pass. God bless you. All right, thank you for watching today's video. I trust you have learned a thing or two. I trust that going forward, you would stay hopeful, stay patient, and while at it, be contented with what you have. Make the best out of what you have, and be grateful for what you have. That you don't despise what you have, but give thanks to God. that you have that thing is available for your use, that you are where you are, that you have that job, that you have that house, that you have that spouse. Yes, I trust that going forward, you will be contented and grateful. Please remember to share with your family and friends. Very importantly, please remember to like this video, drop your comments. If you have gotten to this point and you're yet to subscribe, you are wrong. Please do well to subscribe and turn on the notification button. I'm also available on the various social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. Thank you once again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, stay hopeful and patient. God bless you.